We're going to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about the Browns and their salary cap situation.
Hi, this is Joshua from Toledo, Ohio. My biggest worry for the Browns, not so much this year because they seem to have some cap room to wiggle around with. My biggest worry is in the coming years is you're going to have so much salary cap tied up in two players, in Garrett and the new quarterback, Deshaun Watson, that they're going to have to play gymnastics like the New Orleans Saints have, like the Green Bay Packers have, like the Los Angeles Rams have. You've got 40% of your salary cap tied up in two players. That really hamstrings what you're able to do. Now, I do understand that the salary cap will increase. I know it's tied to league revenues, but I don't know if it's going to go up fast enough to be able to keep up with the salaries that need to be paid out. We want to keep Denzel Ward. That's $20 million. You've got Deshaun Watson now, he's going to be $55 million. You got Myles Garrett, 30, 40, $45 million cap hits. And that just really worries me. I know they're going for it this year, but in coming years, it just really makes me nervous that we're going to have to play all sorts of cap games and trying to field a competitive team every year. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show. Have a great day.
All right. As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. The Browns are actually in pretty good cap situation. If you take a look at the tweet here, it is decent now, and it is actually going forward. It's actually even better. So they got $20 million in cap space now. You see the deal at the center only counts 1.187. That was a great signing. By trading Baker, you would get $19 million if you can do that without eating it. They also gain almost $10 million June 1st because Austin Hooper's been cut, but that is not included in the cap savings. Scott, bottom line is Andrew Berry and the front office always have one eye on the future with the salary cap. Even when they're going for it, quote unquote going for it, they're one of the better front offices in maintaining cap flexibility.
Yeah, but this is, to caller's point, this is the first time they've had to really manage it, right? For all those years, they had a bunch of cap space that they weren't using. They weren't paying a quarterback any money. They didn't have any talent. Everybody was on rookie contracts. So now it becomes a process. But, I think if you're a fan, it's reasonable to trust Andrew Berry and Paul DePodesta and Chris Cooper, the cap guy. I mean, these are smart guys. Ivy League educated or not, they're smart guys who do have an eye on that. And I also think it's important to remember that, if you have a big-time quarterback that you're paying big money, right, is not on a rookie contract, he's going to eat up a bunch of your salary cap, period. So you have to remember that. You also have to remember that while the caller was, worried about the gymnastics, I like to say that the salary cap is, we can argue whether it's real or fake. I lean more toward fake, right? You can always find a way to clear up room. And we see that with the Rams doing it all the time. They just signed Bobby Wagner to like a $50 million contract today, right? So, and the Saints have done it forever, and the Saints were going to figure out a way to get Deshaun Watson on their salary cap under contract. So, you do have to manage it, and I think it'll mean some guys maybe get cut to save money, like Jarvis Landry and J.C. Treader. There will be cap casualties. And I think it's also important that you have young guys on your roster that you can trust to play, which means you have to hit in the draft with these second and third round picks that they're going to have the next few years without the first rounders. But it wouldn't be something that kept me up at night if I were a fan. I think the Browns will be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm glad you brought up Jarvis Landry and J.C. Treader because those are the type of contracts you get to the end of a contract and it's like, yeah, we can't do that and keep the cap flexibility. So those are two of the examples of how Andrew Berry and the front office will kind of maintain what they need to do to be able to improve the roster year to year.